Hello, fellow guitar enthusiasts and friends. Hopefully friends. Please. Anyway, moving on to today's subject in Nick's Licks episode 3. How to play to a metronome. So, if you're an advanced player, you're probably going to be pretty bored with this episode. How does one really play to a metronome? Like, what is the point? And if you're a starter guitar player, that probably checks out. If you've had a little experience with this, you've run into it. But I would like to address this topic in a way that I feel is my take on this. I don't think it's like a crazy different take than a standard one. But, maybe some of the terminologies might be a little bit different. No worries. I would just like to give some examples and then also some licks that you can take with you to learn how to divide a beat in a metronome. Let that be the first idea with what a metronome is. If you have a solid beat, 1, 2, 3, 4, your notes on the guitar can divide that. It may be actually kind of from one perspective multiplying, but if we can take that and so instead of 1, 2, 3, go 1 and 2 and 3, or 1 and a 2 and, or like a swing, or like a 1 2 3 1 2 3, like a triplet inside a count. Like, all these are different kind of feels. But at the end of the day, you still have this sort of pulse that you're working with. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm going to start a metronome, and then we're going to take a couple of maybe like a triad pattern on the higher strings that's kind of simulating an arpeggio, and we'll see what we can get going. This is 80 beats per minute. Now, 80 beats per minute is a pretty good place to start if you're just getting into metronome practice. This is going to you can still get fast on 80 beats per minute. Again, it's just how you're dividing it. So let's just we'll take that arpeggio shape I was referring to. This starts on the G string on the 7th fret. This is the D note. Okay. So we're just going to do this. This pattern is 7, 9, and then we're going to go to the next string, 8, 7 on the E string, and then 10, or D, this octave, kind of an octave of where we started. But let me just play this pattern. Okay, so that's just basically quarter notes, right? We're just following. Right. Let's see if we can double that. So for every beat, we'll do 2 notes. So notice how the same pulse. It's the same pulse, but it's technically a quicker pace because we're adding more notes per every beat. Right? So 1 beat, 2 notes. 2 notes. Right? Sort of like that. Let's see if I can get a triplet on this. Sorry. So you see, that's a different kind of sound. So when we add threes in here, or 5s, as you'll notice, or 7s. But the rhythm of that metronome is still a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. But if I'm playing a 3 over that, sorry. It's weird, right? It's like it works, but you notice how the pattern basically has to be, you have to, in order for it to kind of line up with the 4, you'll notice you'll kind of have to do 2 triplets to even up to that even measure. So, sorry. So it's just 3s. But you notice, you'll notice that you kind of have, you can't just do. I guess you could, but it's not. Try to see if you can practice getting into the feel of incorporating a 3-note pattern over a 4 count. This is technically a polyrhythm. Pretty cool. You can tell people you know how to do Meshuggah riffs. Yeah. So let's go into 4-note count. Adding 4 notes per 1 beat. All right. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so that's not really like an 8th, right? So if you're just doing, we'll go back to 8th note. Slower, or we can do quarters. Now we can do the segmented versions of these too. It's just, it's easier to do a little more straightforward when we're doing the more simpler counts, more simple additions to the beat. But if you notice, when we get into the 3s and 4s and higher, it's kind of cooler to start to segment an arpeggio or a section. You can do this also with scales. So let's take the E minor scale in the 7th position, starting on the A string. So we got our 7th fret here. So we'll just do. Okay. Okay, so 8 sounds cool. 8 notes, 8th note, sorry. Triplet. Now that's a little funkier, right? Don't you already kind of tell how a triplet? That's why speed metal rocks. It's all triplets over 4s, and we're just like kind of losing it. Awesome. But let's see. Let's see if we can get a 4 in there. Now that's cool, right? Now we're finding ways to. And have you noticed it's still 80 beats per minute? It's still the same. I have not changed the speed of the metronome. And if anyone watching this, if you made it this far, takes anything from this video, it's that. You can play fast with the BPM slow. I will, let's go ahead and give also an example of, I'm sorry, let's do a 5. Let's see if we can do just 1 5 on that same scalar segment that I was doing. Let's see if we can, let's see if I can figure out a 5 pattern that will fit. I think this is why the pentatonic shapes are generally used for 5s. You have Joe Bonamassa, Eric Johnson. These types of guys will use the cascading 5 pentatonics. So let's do something kind of like that. Give you something like that to take home. It's kind of really cool, actually. So I'll take my beat again. One, two, yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's kind of weird, right? Because it doesn't. This is that polyrhythm sound. Cool. That's tough. Even like I have to sit there with that because you notice I was kind of rushing it at first, and then you kind of settle down. The 3s and the 5s are going to kind of require that kind of patience with the beat, and you're going to notice there's a slight what's called displacement of the notes over the measure, and that's what gives the polyrhythm feel like so much spice. So that shape, let me just break that down real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A, B, D, E, E. You might notice I like to do the hybrid picking stuff. So that's a cool way to access that, and then you can run it up. This can then take it all away. Sorry, but you get the point. I hope that kind of rundown of the beat is helpful. I'm going to jam on a track for a minute, and I hope that after seeing some of this stuff, I like how Greg House says it, a backing track is just a fancy metronome. And it's essentially the same stuff. So I'm going to kind of demonstrate some of these things over a jam. And yeah, hope you enjoy. And if this video was helpful and you just had a good time, comment below. This is going to be a every Friday release at noon Arizona time. I'm committed to that. I really enjoy growing on guitar, and I just want to share that growth for all the other people out there like myself who just love this instrument, and it's just been a constant companion, and we just want to give it the reverence and service that it's due. So yeah, I'm going to get on a jam here. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and see you next time. But yeah, it's time to get funky.